Nigel Farage, the leader of the Brexit Party, who's on the line. Morning to you.
Good morning.
If there is an election and Conservative MPs stand on a manifesto that says we will leave on the 31st of October, come what may, would you still oppose them?
Well, it depends what they mean. I mean, leaving and being free and having Brexit is one thing. And, of course, if Boris Johnson says, look, we're leaving, we're going to have a clean break, we will after that negotiate a trade agreement and no more, and deliver a genuine Brexit, of course, if Boris Johnson said that, then we would, the Brexit Party, put country before party, and we tell him, Mr. Johnson, right, we want to help you in any way we can. But I'm afraid that's not what the Prime Minister wants to do, and that was made very clear by his statement outside Downing Street last night. He is intent on reheating Mrs May's withdrawal agreement, which is a new binding European treaty that would leave us stuck inside the customs union, perhaps forever, and just would not be Brexit.
Is there any deal that you would accept?
Of course, a genuine free trade agreement, absolutely.
But only after we've left without a deal?
I spent 25 years campaigning for a genuine free trade agreement. Sadly, Mrs May decided on what she called a close and special partnership. She was led into this new treaty by Monsieur Barnier, and there is no aspect of this new treaty that is acceptable because it will keep us tied to European Union for years. We'll have no say over anything. And actually, to be absolutely honest with you, the more I look at this withdrawal agreement, it's so bad we may as well stay members of the European Union.
If we were to leave without a deal and people were thrown out of jobs, for instance, in the car industry, and there was a shortage of medicines and some foods, etc. Well, now, hang on a second. If these things come to pass, would you own them?
Well, of course. But I've heard it all before, you know. I heard it at the time.
No, but that's important, because what a lot of people say about you is that you won't accept yes, in a sense, ever, because you always want to be on the outside saying it's not good enough, it's not right, we've been let down, that actually there is nothing that you will own.
Far from it. After the referendum back in 2016, I said to the new government, I would like to help you by going around Europe and explaining to European exporters that actually it's in all of our interests to come to a trade deal. We must not let Brussels and their political ambitions get in the way. They've never sought my help. The fact is, the very same people who told us that leaving the exchange rate mechanism would be a disaster, that not joining the euro would be a disaster, are the same ones now telling us that leaving on WTO terms would be a catastrophe. Unlike all of them, literally all of them, I'm the only person in this debate who spent 20 years working in international trade. I've imported and exported goods all over the world. Yes, it would be difficult in the short term for agriculture. I understand that. But for the vast majority of goods that we buy and sell, the tariffs that will be charged are less than the weekly move in sterling against the euro. This is a wild exaggeration from a political class who do not want this country to be genuinely independent. And actually, despite that, the British public have made their minds up on this. If you give them the binary choice, do you want to leave with a clean Brexit or extend and have a second referendum? There is a now big settled majority in favour of getting on with this. And if Boris Johnson has got the courage to do the right thing, I will be his best friend and back him all the way.
Nigel Farage, thank you.
Thank you.